Welcome to Set the Record. I'm Malcolm Anthony, all the way from Houston, Texas. We got Cody.
What it do from the 713,
And
baby?
watch out for this guy, editor in chief, man. Subscribe to the show wherever you're watching on YouTube, listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Of course, give us 5 stars. This is immediately post game, okay? Look, post game, Celtics Heat. Look, we out here working. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Set the Record Pod. Like the Facebook page, Set the Record Podcast. Look, this is the NBA playoffs. This is what we're talking about. This is really the whole show. The whole show is NBA playoffs. And then we'll sprinkle a little something else at the end. But look, before we get there, I brought my broom, and I think we should talk about what just happened to my Lakers.
Oh man, listen, before we just talk about the Lakers, man, I just need to just put this out, immediately, right? First off, a guy like Nikola Jokic, he deserves his flowers, okay? Because averaging a 27-point triple-double while sweeping the Lakers, who have, pretty much ran through the competition in the West. Not ran through, but they've knocked down the Grizzlies, knocked down the Warriors, right? It's impressive. And literally the media has done this thing, and I think JJ Redick also said this, where it's like the Nuggets are winning and we keep talking about the other team every time.
Absolutely. Beat the Heat.
It's the thing, and I get it, because it's like it's the Lakers, it's LeBron, drama, clicks, names, but man, I mean,
it ain't that for me.
I know. You a Lakers fan, so I'll let you get your.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as a LeBron hater, as a Laker fan, I'm as unbiased in this opinion as I can feel. I felt like I watched one team succeed while watching another team deteriorate you know what I mean? Like it was great for the Nuggets because I know how good all their individual parts were, but I also saw I did not see the Lakers show up. This was a whole series. Every game was really a culmination of someone else falling apart. D'Angelo Russell, obviously LeBron here and there, Anthony Davis, games 2 and 4. I mean, it was a discounted victory in my opinion. In this series, I think the Sun series was a fantastic victory for the Nuggets. I just think this one was really weird, man. And anybody who thought that this was like a version of LeBron that was worth watching, or like that the Nuggets beat a version of LeBron that was worth a damn on the basketball court, dude, it was embarrassing to watch as a Laker fan. Every game was dreadful. Every game, I just, like I said, I was pretty devastated. But the Nuggets got a good win. A good series victory. It's hard to say anything bad about what they did because they won. But LeBron shames Lakerland. LeBron, in some respects, I hope LeBron's age, caught up to him, literally before everyone's eyes. So it like I said, it was hard to watch.
We're saying this right, but he at the same time still averaged 27, 9.
Don't give me the numbers, man. Don't give me numbers.
I get it. I agree. He isn't the same.
You watch with your eyes, right?
Yeah. I've seen this version of LeBron, and I've seen 2018 LeBron, and it's two different LeBrons, but
it's totally different.
And no, they're two different LeBrons, but at the end of the day, I still think he said he feels like he's still better than 95% of NBA players. You agree with that?
No, his impact is it's so decreased. No way. He can't turn it on. Like, you saw that, dude. Like, think about this. We just had a whole playoff run where LeBron scored over 32 times. Like, that's not real. Like, you got to think about LeBron's greatness over his whole career. This was none of that in this whole playoff run. You got a nickel of that in yesterday's game, but man, he couldn't show up in the second half. He got 30 some points in the first and got like 9 in the second half. He gassed out. And it's no offense to him directly. I'm just saying, like, the whole team didn't show up yesterday, especially. I mean, Anthony Davis had a terrible game until they fouled him in the fourth quarter and he shot 8 free throws. You know what I mean? Like, he was a no-show. I'm glad the Nuggets move on to play the Heat, and we'll get to see hopefully a better series. That's really, I mean, they had no test. The Nuggets were not tested. So
whoa. I mean, the Suns are still the Suns, even
in this, dude.
With it. Oh, you mean in this series?
Being very specific, not untested.
Think about it. I mean, okay.
Oh, look,
I see what you're talking about.
Out rebounded the Lakers 47-30. Game 2, Jamal Murray had 23-point fourth quarter. Game 3, KCP went off in the second half, which propelled the Nuggets to win the game, pretty much. Game 4, the Lakers scored 38 points in the second half, total. You're going to lose the game when the Nuggets got 36 alone in the third quarter. Like, dude, I watched the games. They played half a Laker team. This Laker team wasn't even the same Laker team that played the Warriors or beat the Grizzlies. They were not the same.
True, but at the same time,
it's not what the Nuggets did.
It doesn't mean that doesn't I think discredit the Nuggets for showing up themselves, because they still showed up. They kept the same energy that they kept in the playoffs.
I'm on the mindset I need to see them do it again. I won't believe
they've done it 2 times already.
I still don't believe nothing.
And it's been like this all season. You've been like this all season. You haven't believed it. Yeah, but it's because it was your team this time, though. That you looking at it differently.
I'm looking at
they've had a dominant playoff run, right? And just because the Lakers didn't show up doesn't discredit what they've done. Doesn't discredit Nikola Jokic. Doesn't discredit Jamal Murray. At the same time, think about Jamal Murray. He killed the Lakers. They couldn't stop him. It wasn't
Absolutely. He killed the Lakers. Except he couldn't do anything on LeBron, but he killed everybody else.
Yeah, well, LeBron's too old to take that responsibility full time.
That's my point. That's my point. He gassed out.
That's all I'm saying. And that is one of the maybe that's what happened. Maybe they gassed out. This is what we've been saying basically the whole playoffs. Is like these games going to 6-7 games constantly. It's gonna pay a price on the Lake. It's gonna cost a price, and they're gonna gas out once they get to the finals, conference finals. And that's why it was important that they got through their first 2 matchups with quickness, right? Because now LeBron had to turn it up a little bit. I think he averaged 28 points this series, something like that, 27, 28.
He needed more than 28. That's garbage.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And I get it, right? Because how much did he average before? Like 22? He was coasting, right? Letting Anthony Davis do the work.
Absolutely.
And he had the right year for that. It worked.
Playing well,
but
too.
It's still gas that he had to spend. And maybe Anthony Davis gassed out too. Even though he's younger than LeBron, he doesn't got the same mileage on him. But asking someone to do that, especially with his history of injuries and wearing down pretty easily, I mean, it costs a lot, but
no excuses. They got young guys, man. They had Vanderbilt. They've got Schroeder. They've got
okay, but do you expect those guys to win you the games? Like those guys?
I don't expect those guys to win you the games, but I do. I can tell you this: Austin Reeves showed up every game.
Schroeder's not that young.
No, he's not that young, but he's
okay. He's not LeBron old.
He's not LeBron old either. He's been in the league for maybe 11 seasons. I'm just saying, like.
I mean, you were a veteran at that point. I don't think you count as a young guy.
I got it, but he's not dealing with heavy injuries. We're talking about Dennis Schroeder, right? Okay.
He's still an explosive player, like speed wise. I mean, that still takes a lot out of you.
I got that, but he should still be able. I'm saying these guys showed up pretty much the whole time. D'Angelo Russell was a no-show the whole series.
And that's again a guy that you need, because D'Angelo Russell was a guy that can go to a playoff game.
Had Vanderbilt, who can't score. right? Big problem. So he's hard to play.
That's not what he's on the court for.
I got it, but that's why he can't be on the floor, because they need him to put the ball in the basket.
Well, I mean, no, as long he can't be on the floor as long as nobody else is scoring. That was the problem, is nobody else was really scoring. So it's easier to single out Vanderbilt at that point.
I got it, but when you have all these things happening with him and D'Angelo Russell happen to be on the floor at the same time, with LeBron who's being passive and AD who's not scoring either, then you're running into a big problem. Like, and then you have Austin Reeves who's trying to be the guy. Like I said, that it turned in, like, I'm not trying to make this about the Lakers. It's not about the Lakers. It should be about the Nuggets. I just think it's important to acknowledge that the Lakers didn't show up at all. They literally is a no show.
Sounds like it just sounds discrediting. It's like
I hear you.
They still made it when you at the end of the day, when you look back at it, you're still gonna look back at this year and say they still made the finals, right?
I'm gonna look back at it and say, man, they beat a Laker team who didn't show up in the Western Conference Finals, and I will remember.
I can say the same thing for the Lakers, right? They beat to get to go against the Nuggets. They beat a.
They would have been better off playing.
Got to shoot a basketball, right? The Warriors shooting was atrocious.
The Warriors would have at least won a game.
Well, the Warriors did win a game.
I'm talking about against these fucking Nuggets, man. I'm saying the Warriors would have made a better series out of this than the Lakers did. I'm saying
the Nuggets, okay, yeah. I mean, they probably would have, because they match up better. That's what I was thinking.
It was garbage.
Okay. The Lakers' first round series against the Grizzlies, they went against a team with injured John Morant and Dylan Brooks, who was a walking liability on the court. Absolutely. I can say something to discredit the entire Lakers run up until this point.
100%.
The same way you're discrediting the Nuggets for playing a Lakers team that didn't show up.
Only in one series.
I can't.
I give them all the credit in the world for beating the Suns, who I thought.
And this one series shouldn't be.
You
shouldn't weigh as much.
Argument. I've already said that whoever won the Nuggets Suns series should win the NBA Finals. So I've already said that. That's on record.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm just saying you're taking this one final series.
I'm taking this one series as what I saw. And what I saw was one team didn't show up and the other team did. I'm not saying the Nuggets didn't play very well. What I'm saying is the Nuggets played great and the Lakers didn't show up. Like, they played a one-sided fucking series. I know what I saw. Like, I hate LeBron. Like, I'm the last guy who's going to defend this guy or his team. I'm a Laker fan. Look at this guy right here. This is Kobe Bryant, man. I could give a damn about LeBron. Like, that's not my guy. But what I'm going to say is there is no way that they showed up. This was not a series. This was garbage.
I agree. It wasn't the series.
So if the Nuggets are really tested in the next round,
I'm just crediting the Nuggets run as a whole. Not just this series. I'm not just talking about this entire series.
Yeah, I'm with that. Series, I have no problem with their run. This series was trash. I know it's trash.
Yeah, it was. Did Lakers play trash? No, we're not going to deny that. Trash. But okay, I think we're kind of at the end. At the end of the day, we're kind of meeting at like the same point where it's like they still made the finals. You agreed that whoever won the other series between the Nuggets Suns was going to make the finals.
Right.
But anyways, that's, I guess, enough of this lopsided series. Going on to another lopsided series over in the East. Hey, they said don't let them win one.
They ain't gonna win another.
Celtics won one. I don't think they gonna win another.
They didn't even look good winning this one, but they did. They won. 116-99, and yeah, sure. The Celtics won a game. They didn't get swept. This is on a night. It looked like I felt like Miami couldn't buy a three, but that seems like
Duncan Robinson's and he gets paid to shoot threes. He went 0 for 4 tonight. Can't have that.
Well, you get outshot 18-8 on the 3-point line, you're probably going to lose. They
That's
only
true.
lost by 17, and that's a 30-point swing. So they did fairly well, honestly. And no, the Celtics, they look like shit this whole series, just like the Lakers did. And truthfully, they should be more embarrassed because they're younger.
And they've been there more. They've done it almost every year. They've made the aside from that one year when they lost to the Nets in the first round, they've made it to the conference finals and the finals last year just to not show up against the Heat. And again, I'm gonna say the same thing. Credit to Miami because they're doing it without Tyler Hero with Jimmy Butler stepping up, being playoff Jimmy. I know he said it's a myth. He said that's not a thing. It's a thing. Jimmy Butler, he performs, he steps up in the playoffs. So yeah, the Celtics have been playing pitiful. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, the Jays haven't been able to buy a shot. Before this game, Jaylen Brown has been shooting 10% from three on the series. Tonight didn't help. He shot 1 for 5. Right? I think he had like 17 points, something like that. He shot from the field, he shot well. Just from 3, it's not that great. I can try to find the official stat. I doubt I will find it in time, so not really gonna bother.
Well, no.
But how much further do we see the series going? Do you think Boston wins another, or do you think Miami close out? Cool. I completely agree. And you know what?
I feel like they took this one off a little bit. Like, no, I mean, not.
I mean, like, it's like once you go up 3-0, it's like you don't play with the same urgency, right?
Not intentionally, but yeah, I think they knew they can close this out at home.
Yeah,
I think that's just what they're gonna. I mean,
right, with their home crowd team, feeding them. Yep, I agree.
Or no, this could be on the road. This is game 5, right?
Oh,
they'll be in
game
Boston.
6 is gonna go in Boston. Ooh, okay. Well,
Miami kind of thrives in that kind of hate environment, so they might like to play in Boston.
Wait, no. The first 2 games were in Boston. Next 2 games. Oh, this is game 4. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, game 5's in Boston.
In Boston. Miami. So like Miami might like that. Jimmy Butler likes to be.
Jimmy is he's that guy where he will go. He'll sign his crowd. He don't care.
No, I think that goes well. Thursday, I think it'll end. I just think it'll end. And I just credit to Miami. They've played good. Just like Denver, they've played really well throughout the whole playoffs. I mean, it's hard to discredit a team when they're playing so well. And you're not finding a lot of faults in their game. Like. Today, they didn't shoot well from 3. But usually, even when they don't shoot well from 3, they defensively lock you up and they figure out a way. That's Jimmy Butler. He's that kind of dog.
And these Miami teams are hilarious. I mean, when you look at most of these teams, it's a bunch of undrafted dudes, second-round picks, the occasional lottery pick, and then just Jimmy Butler.
Dude, this roster in 2K is going like 17. They're not winning.
They not translating over to the video game, but in real life, they play. And a big shout out there goes to Eric Spoelstra, obviously, because that's if you look at that roster, I think if you give them any other coach, they don't play as well, especially their defense. Eric Spoelstra he has a very good 2-3 defense with the Miami Heat. A 2-3 defense is one of those defenses where it works against amateurs, but in the NBA, those guys are way too good to get clamped by 2-3 defenses. But the Miami Heat and Spoelstra run it so well that it actually works, and it throws off a lot of teams because they have the tools, they have the guys that are willing to fight, to scrap. More importantly, they have Jimmy Butler. He's the guy that literally defines Heat culture, right?
Yeah, and really, yeah, that's what, man. And anybody doesn't epitomize Miami Heat.
He was literally perfect for LeBron James. I saw somebody on Twitter say, Dwayne Wade's last game in Miami was a passing of the torch moment to Jimmy Butler, because Dwayne Wade's last game was against Philly when Jimmy Butler was there. And there's a picture of the two of them like sitting down and talking because they're boys.
Yeah, like it's like a Space Jam moment. Like his powers were in the ball, and he gave it to
take the Miami energy.
Miami Power, yeah, the
Yeah,
Miami.
take the Heat culture. It's like I'm leaving. This is my last time. I won't need it
got a little,
anymore. It's
it's got a
yours
little,
now.
it's got a little dagger in it. I don't for
Right.
sure, whatever it is, because Dwayne definitely had some like.
I was say, how much influence you think he had on him going to Miami?
Man, I hope a little bit, truthfully, and I think behind the scenes he had to have, because letting him know just internally how the structure of that organization works. I think that guy. I mean, because he knows how Pat works, how Eric works, and Udonis. I mean, you've got core guys there, and I'm sure Dwayne even has a little, a little.
Hey, speaking of Udonis, they got a chance. He got a chance to get one more ring before he retires, man.
Isn't that crazy?
Hey, if hypothetically, if Miami goes to the final, if Miami and Denver play in the finals and Miami is winning, they're at the closeout game, do you think Udonis Haslam gets any minutes?
Yes, yeah? Absolutely. Yeah,
I feel like they have to try, right? If it's a game 7, I don't know. If it's a game 7, do you think it happens?
If
game
it's close,
I don't think you can risk it if it's close,
if it's close, no.
But if Miami up 20 with
minutes
left,
if it's a game,
get out there, bro. Go
5 and they have it up. Yeah, you throw them out there. You risk it. Yeah,
last game, you get your ring, bro. Get your last ring before you. Hey, that'll be a way to throw it out, bro. But man, hey, you know what else? What else? Just thinking of actually, I know the NBA front office, the marketing people. I know they are upset because they wanted a Lakers versus Celtics.
I did too.
They wanted to see who gets the banner first, right? Who gets?
I told you
18,
I was picking
right?
with my heart. I told you. I said I'm picking with my heart, man, because I felt like that's what I thought could happen.
I said I'm done doubting Miami. I said it's over. They've been doubted this entire time in the playoffs. I'm done picking against them. And I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna pick with them in the finals against the Nuggets too. I'm locking it in early. I'm gonna say it next episode. I'm gonna say it this episode. Locking that in. That's gonna be my pick because they, and I would love it for Jimmy Butler to get a championship. Honestly,
yeah,
he's one of those players where he deserves his ring.
Yeah, I absolutely hate to agree with you, but yeah, I do. I agree. I'd rather pick the Nuggets, but I don't believe in them.
Obviously,
dude, I'm
believe in the Nuggets.
Hater. I will never believe in the Nuggets until they fucking do it. I think they fucking are.
If they win, I need a formal apology. We're gonna have a 5-minute segment on the show.
Not gonna happen.
Filled with Malcolm apologizing to the Nuggets.
I'm gonna give them credit.
Apologizing to Nuggets fans. I'm gonna apologizing to Jokic.
I'm gonna give them credit because they earned something they should have done. Okay,
and then you're gonna go back to hating on them right after.
No, absolutely not. I give credit where credit is due, and until they do it, they get none from me because they ain't proved shit.
What about the Heat?
They beat the Suns, who ain't done nothing, and they beat the Lakers, who didn't show up to the Western Conference Finals. So good for them. The Heat, man, that's different. That's a culture. That's a different thing. They've had the same coach.
They've also been there
for the last 15 years almost.
Actually, this is actually now that I think about it, this is the Nuggets' first time ever going to an NBA Finals.
Ever, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Heat have been there. They were there 3 years ago.
Yeah, and like I said, internally, this is the way they structure their organization. If they have the cogs to fit the right chessboard, so to speak, they're gonna be really good. And they found their guy in Jimmy to be the head of that dragon.
I remember when he was first given his contract, people were saying. So there's an exact tweet that resurfaced. It was like 3 years from now, this is going to be the worst contract in all of basketball. Boy, was that guy wrong.
Yeah. Did they look over Ben Simmons' contract? Did they see over that?
They forgot about that one.
He's not even playing basketball.
I think even when there was even some problems with that contract when it released. There was people saying that contract was horrible, which was true. Same with Tobias Harris's contract, which is also true. Y'all got to look at those first because those guys.
At least Tobias is playing.
Tobias played to earn his. He had a good season. But I still think it's ridiculous. And I know Sixers front offices are kicking themselves for paying Tobias over Jimmy. Tobias Harris over me, in the words of the great
that is absolute craziness. So yeah, no, I think we both agree. We picked Miami in the finals, and I mean, I don't think it goes no damn 5 games, but I'd pick them in 6 or 7. But you know, we'll see when we'll see how much gas Miami, you know, has if the Celtics can take a little more out of them. But well, I guess we'll see what plays out there. Do you think Carmelo could have played one more season? You think he could have played one?
He should have. I feel like he was good enough for somebody to pick him up.
No, he can shoot still. He was
solid. Like obviously the defense is going to be a thing, but he can contribute offensively.
Yeah,
I mean, like that's a skill you don't lose, especially when you spend as much time as Carmelo has, like mastering the mid-range jump shot, the one dribble pull up, those pump fake spins, everything. I mean, he had a bag offensively. It's just age, athleticism, defense kind of caught up to him, and I think that's the reason ultimately why he didn't sign somewhere. But I mean, and I feel like I think some teams would have signed him, but not for the role that he would have wanted, right? Because he would have been a great mentor, like veteran leader for some people, but those teams obviously wouldn't have been good teams, right? I feel like he would want to be somewhere where he could compete, and he wouldn't have taken the deal.
Carmelo
could still contribute to a team. Like, I mean, he probably could have, I don't know, gone to the Sixers or something, you know, like just off their bench, give them some offense, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, I watched this guy, Hoodie Mello, as they say. I watched this dude at Syracuse, man, win the national championship. I watched that like as a freshman. So I've been watching Carmelo his whole career. So I watched him in New York. I watched him in Denver. I watched him in Lakers. I've seen the evolution of Carmelo. So he was the 3rd overall pick, man. This dude's a 10-time All-Star, man. This guy's 6-time All-NBA, man. He's on the All-NBA, 75th year team, man. He's on that team, man. He's a Rookie of the Year, All-Rookie. 03-04. Scoring champ 2012, 2013. This Carmelo Anthony, man, he averaged 22 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists, man. It's Carmelo Anthony, man.
Yep. The real Melo. Let it be known.
That's right, man. Yeah, great career. Great to watch. A pleasure. Yeah, a pleasure.
The only unfortunate thing is that he just so happens to have the same number as Nikola Jokic currently for the Nuggets. For me, I feel like you got to retire both numbers.
One of those is getting retired, and it's not Carmelo.
It's not Carmelo's. It's going to be Jokic's number.
Dog,
you could retire both of them.
If he pulls off this ring,
New York will retire it. New York could retire his number.
The Knicks, man, if they do that, they're gonna have to retire a few other guys' numbers. Carmelo didn't do enough for him,
I'm saying he deserves it somewhere, and it sucks that Jokic is also wearing 15 because, like, I mean, the Nuggets couldn't foresee Jokic becoming who he was because they drafted him with like 46 picks, something like that.
Well, dog, not only that, but Jokic wasn't who he was his first few seasons at all. I mean, you look at his career, and Jokic is like, he was nothing like what he is now. So you got to be impressed with
him. He's just stepped it up like in the last 5 years. He's just been last 3 to 5 years. He steps it up recently. That's when he's become the MVP.
I mean, because I mean, just 4 seasons ago, Nicole is averaging 19 points, 9 rebounds. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's still pretty good, but not the level he is, right? Saying, not superstar like he is right now.
He leveled up, you know. I'm just saying, like, and he's always been a guy who can get a double-double. He's always been that guy, but he raised that assist level from 6 to 7 to 8 to obviously a triple-double. So, man, Nikola, man, it is impressive. I'm not gonna like shade the statistics,
the accolades
putting up. Yeah, he's putting up numbers. Like Russell Westbrook was putting up amazing numbers, and this is no different. It's very impressive. like I said, I just need to see it turn into a ring, and then I will give him all the flowers in the world.
Listen,
I
I completely
I
understand.
will buy a Jokic jersey. Okay,
I'm
you
switching
heard
my
it.
pick.
If Jokic wins a fucking championship, I buy a jersey.
We need that. Oh, lie,
Look,
lie.
hey, I am unbiased. I just need to see greatness, okay? And I tell you
Okay.
what, Jokic hit the most incredible shot over Anthony Davis in Game 7. That shot when they put him up 110 to 104 or whatever, I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, that's crazy because that's actually a regular shot he takes from the mid range. He just brought it out to the 3-point line.
Dude, with that dude's hand in his grilled cheese like that,
And the way he shoots it too.
he falling away Dirk style, bro. Like, yeah, with Dirk, like,
But he has the ball all the way back here.
it was nasty. It was nasty, and I couldn't believe it. So I give him credit.
That's one of those daggers to your soul.
That was one of those shots he needed during the season to win the MVP.
Man, Jokic showing that he should have won the MVP.
He didn't have that all season, and he has that now. Perfect timing. So before we close the show, did you want to mention any coach changes? Any coach possibilities? I know that there was rumors of Nick Nurse being shopped heavily. I know that there is a man who just left the Bucks organization in Budenholzer who is also being shopped heavily.
For whatever reason.
I don't know why. I'm like, he's had two major.
I seriously don't think he's gonna get a head coaching job. He probably make a good assistant, but I don't see him being a good head. Like
Taking Atkinson over him. I'm taking Sam Cassell over him. I'm taking Hammond, even though she's got allegations of some bogus stuff in the WNBA. It was I think she was just, oh God, I can't remember what it was, man. It wasn't major. It was just something it wasn't major. It was something it wasn't major.
As of right now, I got the tweet right here. So the Phoenix Suns have narrowed their head coaching search to 5 finalists right now, right?
Okay.
Nick Nurse, Frank Vogel, Doc Rivers, Kings assistant coach Jordy Fernandez, okay, and their assistant coach Kevin Young, right? So that's 5 that they got. Looking down, we have some good names right here. We have
Doc ain't getting hired, bro.
Doc, I don't know. Doc's kind of killed his reputation with all the leads that he's blown.
You can't do that. You can't have these great players in these leagues.
And then you already have a rumor of one of the better players in the league saying that there's rumors saying that he pioneered him getting fired from Philly. It's it's just not a good look, man. Blowing multiple 3-1 leads, it's not a good look. Not being able to close a huge series, right?
Nah.
Yeah. So that's the Suns coach. So who do you think of those 5? Who do you think they're gonna go with? I feel like let's see. I mean,
Kenny?
There's no Kenny.
What?
Nope. Of the 3,
I honestly think they go with their guy within Young. Is it Kevin Young?
I think that's the pick to go with. I think you bring a guy from your organization that the players are familiar with, that they'll respect.
And that's if Kevin wants that, though. If KD Kevin.
I mean, once you
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Kevin's had a history of getting his coaches fired, just like LeBron has in the past. It just happens when you're a star player, you have that influence.
Well, yeah, but it also just so happens that KD's getting coaches fired without getting rings in return. You know what I mean? Like LeBron got Blatt fired, got Lou a ring.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like it worked out. He chose the right guy. So hopefully that works out in KD's favor too. So, I like KD, man. I like to see the brother get another ring. So we'll see. Speaking of guys getting into the ring, actually, not getting a ring, but getting into the ring. And Errol Spence Jr. and freaking Terrence Bud Crawford. And I don't know if everybody knows about these guys, but these guys are going to meet for welterweight supremacy. Look, this is being scheduled July 29th, just 2 days before my birthday. This is a birthday present.
There you go. There's your gift.
This is a perfect gift. Yeah, because this is something I've been waiting for seriously about the last 3 years. Both of these guys have been talking about this fight and winning fights, kind of dancing around each other, fighting guys each other has fought. And now it's finally happening. Once, I think a year and a half ago, this fight was already in talks. And then Errol got into a car crash. And like I said, there was a recovery time, obviously. And now they're back. The conversation's back on, and now it is actually scheduled. Super excited about these. Both these guys are amazing fighters, championship caliber fighters. I think this is going to be the best fight in probably the last 5 to 7 years. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to compare it to anything because you had heavyweight fights these last few with Fury and the Bronze Bomber. I cannot remember his name right now. The Bronze Bomber, yeah. So I know that's his nickname, but in Tyson Fury. And then you had Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. We've had all these heavyweight fights, and now we finally get something noteworthy in the welterweight division. So super excited about that, man. That's how I like to close the show right there, man, with a knockout blow.
It's been a good episode.
Can you believe we filled the time, man? That was Set the Record. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. I'm Malcolm Anthony. That is Cody. Subscribe to the show wherever you're watching and listening. And meditate. Make it go away.
Yurt.